Are you wondering how to write search engine optimized product descriptions that sell? Fear not, we've got you covered. In this video, I'll run through some of the powerful techniques we use here at FATJOE to write compelling SEO product descriptions for our clients. Hey, it's Emily here from FATJOE, where we provide SEO services designed for agencies and marketing teams. Why is writing good product descriptions important? There are two basic reasons. The first is to provide customers with information about your products. The second is to boost your ranking in the search results. The first is probably the most obvious of the two, but it isn't as simple as it sounds. Getting this right is critical, because if you're selling your products online, your customers can't touch, feel, or examine the products like they can in a store. So your written copy needs to be a perfect substitute for the in-store experience. You'll also need product descriptions to communicate information that images alone cannot. I'll tell you how to do this a little later on. The second key reason why you need good product descriptions on your website is to boost SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization and is the process of optimizing your website for the Google search results. When your customers search for your product in Google, you want to make sure that you show up at the top. Competition is often tough, so you need to make sure that you utilize your product descriptions to stand out to Google and your users. When we write product descriptions at FATJOE, we always keep one eye on how the search engines might interpret them. This is to make sure that our clients are as visible as possible to their audiences. I'll talk more about how to optimize your product descriptions for search engines later on in the video. Now let's talk about how to write a good quality product description that will get your products noticed by your customers and search engines. The following 7-step process is the one that we use whenever we create product descriptions for our clients. Step 1 is to understand your audience. You need to find ways to speak to your audience directly. You'll do this by understanding more about who your target audience is. Creating a buyer persona can help. This is a summary of the characteristics of the people that already buy from you or those that you want to target. Once you've created your buyer persona, you can use this to make your product descriptions more personal and relatable. Let's look at an example. Suppose you're selling brown shoes in your online store. A generic product description might sound something like this. These brown shoes have matching laces and a solid rubber heel. They come with a brogue pattern and quality guarantee. This description does a fine job of describing what the product actually looks like, but it isn't exactly speaking to the audience. Now let's take a look at a description that does. These exceptional lace-up brogues are the perfect accompaniment for the hardworking, seeking to complete a smart casual wardrobe. The superior quality of the uppers makes these shoes suitable for wearing alongside cotton twill, cord, and classic denim. Do you see the difference? The first description is purely that, descriptive. The second is talking directly to a specific audience and providing suggestions for how it might meet their needs. Even the language that you choose to use in your product descriptions makes a difference. Inserting the words that your audience typically uses and avoiding jargon is a great way to build rapport. The next step is to find your tone of voice. The tone of voice is how your audience perceives your brand emotionally in a written form. The aim is to communicate in a manner that your audience would expect. Generally, companies do a pretty good job of conveying their tone of voice across the general copy on their website and their blogs. But carrying the tone of voice through to the product descriptions can be a little tricky. Many factors determine your tone of voice. You can convey it through the types of words that you use. Does your vocabulary make you sound excited, happy, professional, or friendly? The pronouns you choose. Do you formally talk about your products in the third person, using words like it or one? Or do you address your audience more informally or directly as though you're having a conversation with them using you? Your sentence structure. Do you use long, flowing sentences or short, snappy sentences that get to the point? Step 3 is FAB. Features, advantages, and benefits. After you settle on your tone of voice, you need to get down to the details of your product or service. You do this by introducing FAB. The features, advantages, and benefits of this product or service. The features are the factual elements. This could include the technical specifications, such as the size of RAM for a computer. The advantages include what the product does as a result of these features. In this case, it would be runs demanding applications such as video editing, CAD, or hardcore gaming. The benefits are the result of that advantage. So in this case, you tell the customer exactly why they need the RAM. Don't waste any more time buffering and glitching. Seamlessly use a huge number of applications all at once and game with ease. When writing these details in your description, you need to consider two things. First of all, describing the product or service accurately. And the second is explaining how the customer would use the product or service. Always bear in mind your audience's concerns and motivations. You can include these as bullet points in your product descriptions or even in the body text. Which leads us nicely onto the next section. Step 4, use bullet points. We often include them whenever we write product descriptions for our clients at FATJOE. The reason? Customers' attention spans are short. Research shows that the average person only reads about 16% of the information on any given page. That's not a lot. So getting key information across punctually matters. Bullet points can make the product descriptions easier to scan, meaning that customers can find the information that they want so much quicker. Many customers, for instance, will use the bullet points to compare multiple products before they decide what to buy. Bullet points are also essential for technical products. Check out the following example from accounting software company Sage. Notice how the product description focuses on quantifiable benefits that customers can achieve when they use the brand's accounting software. Step 5. It's all about the detail. Detail matters when writing product descriptions, but what kind of detail? Essentially, businesses should include any additional information that will encourage the customer to convert. The following are some examples that you could use in your product descriptions. Shipping information. Providing shipping information is a great way to incentivize your customers if you offer free shipping, discounts or deals. This example, a popular online retailer, displays shipping perks in a shipping availability checker tool. Size charts and product dimensions. Include product dimensions in your product descriptions wherever applicable. Sellers of bulky items such as home and garden furniture might want to include some plans alongside their product dimensions. This will help to make it even clearer to their customers who need to know if it'll fit in their homes. Missing details like these could make or break their decision to buy from you. Guarantees and care plans. Be sure to mention any additional guarantees or services that you offer alongside the main product or service. For instance, if you sell computers, you could talk about your care and repair services. Discuss your warranty too, and whether you include any servicing or maintenance in the asking price. Step 6 is to include a USP. A USP is a unique selling point. You need to think about the things that make your product different to your competitors and include these within the description. I know we already spoke about benefits, but this is the specific benefit that makes your product different. It will not only help to differentiate your product among users, but for Google too. Google will then crawl your product descriptions and select the most relevant keywords to rank the page for the most relevant search terms. Using the USP to tell an emotive story can also build brand value enormously. 64% of consumers say that sharing values with brands is the primary reason they have a relationship with them. Not only that, but customers who have an emotional relationship with brands have a lifetime value 306% higher than the baseline and are 71% more likely to recommend it to friends. This explains why using your USPs to tell a story around your product is so important. This leads us nicely onto our last point. Step 7, adding power and sensory words. Using power and sensory words creates an immediate emotional response in your customers. Using them effectively throughout your product descriptions can elevate them tremendously. Power and sensory words tend to have strong meanings because they're so easy to visualize. Here are some examples to get you started. Passionate, aromatic, genius, remarkable, affordable, ethical, genuine. Most of these words relate directly to the senses, and because of this, they allow you to leverage the power of suggestion. When customers read them, they automatically imagine how your product or service might make their lives better, and this could be all the incentive they need to convert. Things to avoid. When learning how to write good product descriptions, it's important to understand what to avoid. Manufacturer's descriptions. Many online stores use manufacturer's descriptions to accompany their products because it's easy. You simply copy and paste the description from the manufacturer's website and you're done. But there are two big reasons why you shouldn't do this. First of all, manufacturers have different objectives to e-commerce retailers. Manufacturers are B2B companies, so they write their product descriptions specifically for vendors. This means they'll include the technical specification information that's relevant to them. This means they probably won't be relevant or relatable to your customers. And second of all, you'll probably find that most of your competitors are also using the manufacturer's product descriptions, leading to duplicate content. Duplication of content is a problem for SEO. Although Google doesn't technically penalise duplicate content, it does make it more difficult for it to decide which website should go at the top of the search results. That's because of how Google works. It doesn't like showing its users multiple versions of the same content because it just doesn't add value to them. Instead, it will try to diversify the results to increase the possibility of it displaying what its users are looking for. So, in order to increase your chances of appearing at the top of the search results, you need to ensure that every product description you write is unique. It can be pretty hard to do this, particularly for technical products where the specification information will always remain the same. But this is why the USPs and stories are important. Don't make it too complicated. Even though you want to stand out from the crowd, making your product descriptions easy to read is essential. We always use as many simple sentences as possible when crafting our own product descriptions. Sometimes complex sentences are required, but including any that are way too complicated for your customers to quickly understand is a massive turn-off. This is because long, complicated sentences of winding syntax makes it really difficult for customers to easily understand your features, advantages, and benefits. Over-exaggeration. While you want to sell your products and talk positively about them, make sure that you're not making any bold claims that may not be true. Our bicycles are the best in the business and will never let you down. That's a great example. Making bold claims like this just isn't beneficial for your business because it will damage the trust that you've built with your customers if they don't come to fruition. Customers will purchase your product or service expecting them to perform the way that you describe. And when they don't, they'll be pretty disappointed. How to search engine optimize your product descriptions. Writing compelling product descriptions for your users is one thing, but making sure that they perform well in the search results is important too. Optimizing your product descriptions for the search results means you're more likely to appear at the top for converting keywords. This will enable you to get more traffic to your website. Here's how to do it. Number 1, write for users, not for Google. By this I mean avoid stuffing your product descriptions with keywords. Although keywords are important, your description needs to be written with your users in mind. A search engine's main concern is ensuring that the information on the web page that it displays is relevant to the user. So much so that Google has a new way of determining how well a website should rank, called page experience. This means that Google will take into account the perceived experience a user will have when interacting with that web page. This means ensuring that the copy and content on that web page is easy to read, well written, and targeted at the user. Number 2, focus on those benefits and USPs. This ensures that your product description stands out to Google. We already spoke about why you shouldn't duplicate generic product descriptions, and why doing so may mean that your products might not appear as high up the search results as they probably could. Focusing on the benefits and USPs creates more compelling, interesting copy and helps Google to determine the content of your pages. 3, create unique product descriptions. When you have a lot of similar products, it's easy to think that it's okay to write one product description and copy and paste this across your website on all other products. But as discussed, writing unique product descriptions enables you to differentiate yourself from competitors selling similar products online. So Google will choose to display your products over other generic product descriptions. Ultimately, the more unique your content is, the more likely Google is to choose your page to rank at the top of the search results. Step 4, target the necessary keywords. I've already spoken about including relevant keywords within your product descriptions, but how exactly do you do that? You'll need to look for the specific keywords that customers are searching when looking for your products or services online. If you don't know how to do this, you can check out our step-by-step video guide to keyword research, which I'll link up here. Once you've found your keywords, you'll want to use these across your product descriptions, meta titles, and meta descriptions. This step is crucial because search engines present users with the products that are most relevant to their searches based on the search term. The more relevant you show the product is to the search term through your product descriptions, the higher it is likely to rank. Use Moz's Keyword Explorer, SEMrush, or Ahrefs Keyword Planner to find the keywords that people are actually using to search. Always insert these keywords naturally. You should now know how to write epic product descriptions that actually sell. If you're still unsure, you could try our awesome, unique product description writing service, which you can check out at FATJOE.com. Or for even more detail, you can check out our step-by-step guide to writing product descriptions on our website, which I'll link below. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications.